Okay, picture this. That moment. Absolute dread.
Hmm.
You walk into a room, maybe the kitchen, maybe the garage, could be anywhere, really,
Hmm.
and you see it. Your cat's gotten into something they shouldn't have. Maybe they're acting weird, drooling, or maybe it's just, the tipped over bottle. That sudden icy panic, it's completely real.
Oh, absolutely. And that panic, well, that's exactly what we want to help you bypass with this deep dive. When you're dealing with potential cat poisoning, every second counts, sure, but acting frantically, sometimes that can actually make things worse.
Right.
So our mission today is to really break down the urgent steps you can take, the actionable stuff, and this is really key, the vital exceptions, the things you absolutely should not do. Knowing the difference helps make sure your quick response is actually helpful.
Yeah, because our sources lay out some very specific, like crystal clear protocols, contact numbers, decision points. We're going beyond just general advice here.
Exactly. The immediate goal isn't just, keep the cat stable. It's figuring out fast what exactly was ingested, what's its composition, how toxic is it. You need that solid information, not just chaos, the second you suspect poisoning.
Okay, so first hurdle, identifying the stuff. If you don't know what it is, or the label's uselessly vague about what's in it.
Then step one immediately becomes getting professional help, specialized help.
And the good news is, the sources give us the exact numbers. The main one you really should have handy is the ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center. Their number is 888-426-4435.
And the really great thing about them, they're staffed 204/7 all year round. We're talking licensed veterinarians and, crucially, board-certified toxicologists.
Wow, that's serious expertise, not something you'll find with a quick online search.
Not at all. Now, there is usually a consultation fee. It's around $50. Standard credit cards are fine. But here's a really vital detail you need to remember.
Okay.
If it's a critical case, once they've opened that case, there's no charge for follow-up calls.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, they get that these things can take time, hours, even days. So that continuity is built in. Plus, they can actually call your own vet directly, act as a go-between if needed.
That's really helpful. Take some pressure off. But what if you're panicking, can't get through right away? Are there backups?
There are. The sources mentioned a couple of others. The Angel Animal Poison Control Hotline, that's 877-226-4355. And the Animal Poison Hotline at 888-236-4355. Good to have options.
Definitely. Keep those in your phone, too.
And here's something else kind of surprising that came up in the research. Sometimes the emergency room at your local human hospital might actually be able to help with info.
Wait, really? The human hospital, how does that work?
Well, think about it. A lot of common household poisons cleaners, some meds, pesticides, they can affect humans and other mammals in similar ways.
Ah, okay, so their toxicology folks might recognize it.
Precisely. They obviously can't treat your cat, but they often have quick access to extensive toxicology databases. They might be able to tell you the active ingredients, how bad it is, and maybe immediate first aid steps you or your vet ER should take.
Huh. That's a really interesting resource to keep in your back pocket. Never would have thought of that.
It's unusual, yeah, but potentially very helpful. But the main reason, the why behind calling these experts, is getting that diagnosis.
Right. Because there are specific antidotes for some poisons.
Exactly. But those antidotes are totally useless unless the emergency vet team knows, or has a very strong suspicion, based on the situation, what the poison actually is. They need the target before they can deploy the fix.
Makes sense. No guessing games.
No guessing games.
Okay.
So you've called the hotline, maybe, or maybe your cat is already showing clear signs, like tremors, breathing trouble, excessive drooling.
Okay, scary signs.
Yeah, then the main protocol just kicks right in. Get your cat to the nearest emergency vet facility immediately.
Okay, transport. But wait, before you rush out the door, there's one critical thing you need to do, right? Something that saves the vet team a ton of time.
Yes, the single most important action you can take right then. If it's at all possible, find the poison and bring the container with you.
Don't even think, just grab it.
Just grab it. Pill bottle, bring the bottle, cleaning spray, bring the whole spray bottle. That container has the exact chemical name, the concentration, the manufacturer details. It is the best piece of evidence you can provide.
It cuts right through the guesswork.
Absolutely. That container can save the vet team maybe 10, 15 minutes of trying to figure out what they're dealing with. They can jump straight to the right treatment plan.
Okay, so bringing the container is priority one during transport.
Which is vital. And that time saving leads us right into the next really critical decision point. This is about whether you need to do something before you even get in the car. Section 2, inducing vomiting.
Ah, yes. This feels like the point where good intentions could go really wrong, because making them vomit seems like the obvious intuitive thing to do, right?
It does seem that way, and sometimes it is the right call. But let's be clear on the gold standard first. Ideally, the safest, most effective way to empty a cat's stomach is for a vet to do it. They pass a stomach tube, gently remove the contents, and then flush the stomach out, usually with lots of water.
Okay, so vet intervention is best.
That's the ideal. But there are specific scenarios where the sources say inducing vomiting at home, right there at the scene, is actually better than just immediately driving.
Okay, when would that be?
It really comes down to timing and distance, assuming it's the right kind of substance. You'd consider it if, 1, you actually saw the cat swallow the poison,
You witnessed it. Okay.
and 2, if it happened within the last 2 hours. And critically, if the drive to the nearest emergency vet is going to take 30 minutes or longer.
Ah, so it's a time calculation. If the poison might get absorbed during a long drive.
Exactly. Time is working against you. If that poison moves out of the stomach and into the intestines, making them vomit won't help anyway.
Okay, that makes sense. But then there's the flip side, the huge BUT. The sources are very clear about a do not induce vomiting list. This is non-negotiable.
Absolutely non-negotiable. This list is all about preventing further, potentially much worse, harm. It overrides that time and distance rule every single time.
Got it. So what's on the list?
Okay, first off, and maybe most obvious, don't induce vomiting if the cat has already vomited. Makes sense.
Right.
Stomach's likely empty or emptying.
Right, sure.
Beyond that, the biggest danger area is aspiration breathing vomit into the lungs. So you do not induce if the cat is neurologically affected in any way.
Meaning?
Meaning if they seem out of it, stupor, is having difficulty breathing, if they're unconscious or actively convulsing, if their ability to protect their own airway is compromised, inducing vomiting could be fatal.
Okay, that's a huge one. Neurological signs mean no induced vomiting. What else?
Substance-based exclusions, and these are really scary if you get them wrong. You must not induce vomiting if you suspect the cat swallowed something corrosive.
Corrosive? Like what?
Think acids, alkalis like drain cleaners, oven cleaners, strong household chemicals, or petroleum products like gasoline or paint thinner.
Why is that so bad?
Because making them vomit forces that caustic substance back up through the esophagus. It burns all the way down, and then it burns all the way back up. You essentially double the chemical burn injury.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you take a stomach problem and make it an esophagus, throat, maybe even lung problem.
Precisely. It's causing the poison to attack twice. A devastating mistake.
Okay, corrosive is a definite no-go. Any others?
Just two more key ones. Don't induce vomiting if you think they swallowed a sharp object. Obvious reasons it can get lodged or puncture something on the way back up.
Yikes.
And finally, simply check the product label itself. If it explicitly says, do not induce vomiting, then don't. Follow the manufacturer's warning.
Okay, so that's a clear set of rules. Let me try to summarize the flow.
Yep.
If the vet is close, like under 30 minutes drive, you generally skip inducing vomiting and just go, oh, right? Bring the container.
Yes, that's the default. Speed on the container.
But if the drive is long and you saw them eat it recently and it's not corrosive and the cat is alert and breathing normally, then you might consider inducing vomiting based on vet or hotline advice.
That's a good summary. But the safest first step is always to call the poison hotline or your vet if you possibly can, even before inducing. They can walk you through that decision tree specific to your situation. But yes, those are the factors. If any of those do not conditions apply, corrosives, neurosigns, already vomited, sharp object, label warning, you skip inducing vomiting no matter how far the drive is.
Okay, prioritize not causing more harm.
Exactly. And remember, even if you don't induce vomiting at home, when you get to the vet, if it was recent, there's likely still poison in the stomach. Their first move will probably still be that stomach tubing and washing protocol we talked about.
Right, so the decision at home is really about managing the risk during transit time.
Perfectly put. It minimizes the time the poison has to be absorbed while you're driving. You're basically acting as a first responder, making a calculated triage decision, trying not to make things worse before the pros take over.
Okay, you're weighing the risk of waiting versus the risk of inducing vomiting, causing harm like aspiration or a second corrosive burn.
That's the trade-off. And again, if you're ever unsure, call the hotline first, 888-426-4435. Get that expert guidance.
Wow, okay. This has been incredibly dense, but so important. Let's try to boil it down. If someone listening takes away just 3 things from this deep dive, what should they be?
Okay, 3 key takeaways. First, know those hotlines, especially the ASPCA one, 888-426-4435. Remember, it's 247 toxicology experts, and follow-up calls are often free for critical cases. Have it saved.
Got it. Number 1, hotline access. What's 2?
Number 2, always prioritize getting the container. Grab the cat, grab the container. That physical evidence is your single most valuable tool for speeding up diagnosis and the right treatment at the vet.
Container equals faster care. Okay. And number 3.
Number 3, memorize and strictly follow that do not induce vomiting list. Especially do not induce if it's corrosive or if the cat shows any neurological signs or breathing issues. Sometimes not acting is the safest action.
Know the hotline, grab the container, respect the do not induce rules. That seems like a solid plan. Preparation really is the best defense against panic.
It truly is. Knowing these key points means you can react quickly, but also safely and effectively if the worst happens.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned something earlier. Our source material talked about the ASPCA website having lists of toxic plants.
Yeah, I did. While we focus hard today on, the obvious chemical spills and medication accidents, it brought up a really interesting point for maybe another time.
What's that?
Well, how many hidden dangers are just sitting around our houses? We worry about the bleach under the sink, but what about common houseplants? Or, decorative things we bring in for holidays? Are there surprising things on those toxic lists that we just don't think about day to day?
That's a really good question. Things hiding in plain sight. It's a reminder that being prepared isn't just about locking up the cleaning supplies, is it?
Exactly. It's about being aware of the whole environment. Something definitely worth looking into.